going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Backstage with BeU. Today on the show, we have up-and-coming artist Quinn Ayers out of Las Vegas, Nevada. How we doing today, man?
Good, man. How you doing?
Not too bad, man. How's the weather out there? Pretty hot?
Hot. Yeah, very hot in Vegas, man. It's almost stupid hot, to be honest.
Or what is it, like 108 or something? Something stupid?
Yeah, around there. Definitely above 95 every time in the summer out here, for sure. It's the
That's
same thing.
crazy. That's crazy, man. So let's get into it, man. How'd you get your start in music?
I think it was kind of just always being around. I was always around music throughout high school. I was a former, I played baseball. So I used to play baseball. And through high school, I was just always really focused on that. But I was always like kind of around with my friends who were just kind of really weren't athletes. So it was like they only had one really outsourced to do creative stuff, which is like music. And we had like garage band and kind of messed around with it. And then like evidently, like I was just always around it, but I never did it. Like I never ever was like, I'll do it. I was just so focused on music because I'm not music baseball because I wanted to get my school paid for, and that was the best thing. I was a good athlete. I was like, I can get school paid for this. It's gonna be hard to get school paid for through music. Like,
Right.
and it's like really it's just like music theory type stuff. If you really want to get that paid for, and that's like not really interests me. It's like I want to be creative and do it. So, kind of just was always around it. Went to their shows. And then eventually, like I think it was like my sophomore year of college. I think I just was like, hey, I'm gonna try it. Like, started doing like some demos on my computer. Kind of held them to myself. Really released some on SoundCloud. They got some cool feedback, but it was just like feedback because they're my friends. Like to be honest with you, it was ass. So it wasn't really good music, but I was just like it was like learning.
Yeah, absolutely. So did you go to school for baseball?
Yeah, I went to university. I went to the University of Northern Colorado.
Oh, that must have been a good
Yeah,
time.
played out there. Yeah, played like New Mexico. Played some really cool schools, Texas Tech, Kansas State. Played some really definitely eye opening. Got to experience a lot of cool campuses through baseball. They took care of my family, obviously, by taking care of my schooling. But yeah, I mean, that was an honor to do that. But like, that's why I've really only been doing this music thing for like fully doing music. This will be my first year fully doing music. So I've always just been doing baseball and I always made it on the side.
Right.
But yeah,
So,
so
growing up playing sports and playing baseball your whole life, is there anything that you learned like on the field that you've used like in the studio?
yeah, it's definitely a game of failure. I think the baseball, as you know, if you follow baseball, it's like Hall of Famers bat 300. So if you think about that, like if you want to put it as a grand spectrum, it's like 30 times out of 100. If you succeed, you're a Hall of Famer. You know how many people are Hall of Famers? It's not really a lot in
Right.
any sport. You feel me? So like you fail almost 70 to 75% of the time because like league average is around like 250, I think it is. Like for batting average, it's like to think that that's like that is the game of failure. Like there's like if you shoot 30% or pass completion 30% in the NFL,
You're not playing.
you're not playing. Like you're not moving up a level. You're not even getting out of high school. You know what I mean? So like
Right.
the game has definitely taught me that there's a lot of failures. So like throughout music, when shit doesn't go your way or like you don't get this blog post or like you start to learn like that music is like very industry. It's been so much industry and I almost like hate it because it's like you have to be in with these outlets. You have to be in with these blog people. You have to be yeah. It's a good thing though, like because they really put your music to the next level, but not all the time are they gonna like it. Like I've had outlets that absolutely adored a song of mine, and then I had that same outlet be like, "This is not the one for us." Cool. At the end of the day, I like me. I'm so hard on myself because I was in that game of failure for baseball. It's like I'm
Hmm.
like I'm gonna start like doubting my art. I've like once I started like doing that, I finally just like came to realization like I'm gonna make what I make. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, it's cool by me. You know what I mean? Like I was,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that's definitely one thing is just kind of like the failure aspect and just dealing with adversity because you deal with it so much in sports and it kind of makes you more of a man. So I started to take that and relate into music and how I can evolve and become a better artist.
Absolutely. And I love what you said about, making music for you. And if you fuck with it,
Right.
then you fuck with it. And if you don't fuck with it, then you just don't listen. Like, I think it's all about like staying true to yourself and like not worrying about what anyone else is gonna say. Because at the end of the day, you gotta put out the product that you love the most, and not for like numbers or anything. Like, if you could at the end of the day say like I like this, and you're cool with it.
Right. Absolutely.
So who'd you grow up listening to the most?
Dude, my brother and my dad really like put me on to music, like in terms of like from a spectrum, like, hey, this is what we listen to in this house, and like this is what you're gonna grow up listening to. So like on one side, you have my dad who's like Coldplay, The Fray, Radiohead, like Blink 182, like mixture of like all like the pretty like the Fray. I would say honestly, like the Fray, Coldplay, The Script, and One Republic. Those four from him, I took the most influence from, and then my brother was like Kanye, Ying Yang Twins, bro, Hollywood Undead. Like there was like a bunch of crazy ass artists in there. My brother was like almost like the blender of like everything, but my dad gave me like
Right.
this solid like The Script, One Republic, the Fray, like Coldplay. Those
Dude,
are
I haven't
like
heard the Fray in a minute. They're fire.
bro, the Fray is like I still
Save a life bumps.
yeah, How to Save a Life, Look After You, bro. They're amazing. I love them. Like I listen to that shit all the time. But like
Yeah.
my brother and I, like still to this day, we just find like underground artists that we just love and like come to adore. But like that's kind of like what I grew up listening to is like a mixture of so much. And like you kind of hear the influences in my music, like in my catalog, like I have some rap stuff I did from the older days. I only really kept one rap song. I used to have a lot of music out, but I've kind of saved it all in the vault because like it was special to me. But like it's also like it was growth, but also wasn't production and done right. So it's like I want my shit to look right. So it's like those fun days are over. Now it's time to make it lucrative. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, absolutely.
so like kind of save those for maybe an idea down the road where I have the production value and et cetera. Now that I'm more connected and have like a studio to work out of and have people that are behind me that want to work.
Yeah, for sure, man. And you said that you're listening to like underground artists right now, or discovering them with your brother. Who
Yes.
who are you like fucking with the most, or like even like mainstream too, like nowadays?
Mainstream, like my favorite artist right now, like period point blank is Dominic Fike. Like Dominic Fike is like the holy grail to me. You're from Florida,
It's
so you
tough.
probably know. I think
Yeah.
Dominic Fike's because he's like a perfect combination of alternative rap and like fuck you, this is what I'm gonna do, which is like fire. That's like the perfect infusion because it's like almost what I grew up listening to with rap, and it's like that's him in a capsule.
Right.
Um, I've always been a huge fan of X, like really cool. I met DJ Scheme, all them at Summer Smash just recently. That was really cool.
Dope.
Like really like one of my favorite things, like because I love DJ Scheme. He was a really cool dude. Met Cole Bennett, all that stuff. It was a really cool trip down at Lyrical Smash. We can get into that later.
Damn, bro.
We can get into that a
Yeah.
little later. But for instance, like in terms of my underground people I'm listening to, bro, I love Glaive a ton. I think Glaive, like he's just getting recognized, but any one of my friends will tell you that I've been on Glaive for like, I don't like being that person. It's like, oh, I've been on him now. It's like I've seriously been on that kid for like 6 months now, and I've just like
Nah,
watched
be
him.
that person though, because that's
Yeah, because I
yeah.
love like, and I can show you like there's no recent downloads. Like, it's all I have his old shit, like nothing that was even like by labels. It's like I love him. And then there's this other artist that no one knows about. His name is Lay, and he is so fire. It's like that hyper pop, LEI. He's so good.
LEI.
Yeah,
Check him out.
he's Lay is like my underground like hero right now. Like he has like 3,000 followers too, and like I like and I look up to him.
Wait, I feel like I've heard that name before, low key. Is he like a 16-year-old black kid with glasses?
Yeah, I know he's a 16-year-old black kid. I know that for sure, but I don't know if he has
All right,
glasses. He's
hold up. I think that's actually crazy because I don't know anyone else that's like. Yes, bro. His song "Problems." I bumped his song "Problems." You know what I'm talking
dude.
about? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
All
got
right,
this.
that's crazy.
Dude, his if you listen to his catalog, it's unreal. Like it's like the way he vocally delivers shit is like. So I'm always like trying to constantly evolve and see like what people are doing around me, and like just to like kind of take note, be like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing that you did there, just to kind of grow my sound. Because like at the end of the day, like I do make acoustic alternatives and I make pop. Like I do have to stay in my lane, but like I don't listen to that shit ever. Like people compare me to Khalid and Trevor Daniel and some others. Like Post Malone's been one that's really cool. And like this is stuff that I haven't even said. Like this is just people who came up to me like, hey, that sounds like this song sounds like this. And I'd
Yeah,
never listened to those people. But like when I first came out, it was like a lot of pop songs. Everyone was like, wait, you sound like Trevor Daniel. And I didn't even know who Trevor Daniel was. And then like I listened to him, I was like, this guy is fire. Like I like him
yeah.
too.
He's tough.
Yeah, but like that's the thing. Like I don't listen to it, like, bro. You don't understand. Like I listen to SSG Kobe, like Thrax by SSG Kobe. If you ever heard that song,
Yes,
just
bro.
like so far removed of what I make, and it's like I don't know, but like it sometimes spills into like influence to me. Like
Yeah, no, it's fire. It seems like you got like an influence of like honestly every single type of artist,
right,
like old or young, like big or small. That's dope. Wait, so I
right,
kind of want to hear about your Summer Smash experience because that's kind
dude,
of crazy. You met Cole Bennett and
dude.
Sneak.
So that's just so I work at Dre's nightclub down here in Las Vegas. So it's a nightclub. Obviously, it's one of the best nightclubs, like top floor of the Cromwell, like right in the middle of Vegas by Caesar's Palace. So it's like the best view in Vegas, best hip hop club in Vegas. We get like 50
Right.
Cent, Ray Shremmerd, Two Chains, Rick Ross. Like they perform like every Friday and Saturday because those are like the hot nights. And then every Sunday,
Right.
sometimes we get like a hot streak where it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We get big artists. But I work there, and basically, I freaking get to work on last Friday, and I saw my manager Tim was at Summer Smash, and he like messaged me about like the Quinns Day thing that I'm doing. He like messaged me fire because I previewed it, and I was like, you're a shithead, man. You're at Summer Smash, and like you didn't even let me know. Like I was like just teasing about it. Like, I wasn't even mad about it. And he was like, I got you in all access wristband right here with me. I'll fly you out if you're about it. And I was like, fuck. And I was like this was like 8:25 when this happened. And I'm supposed to clock into work at 8:30 p.m. So I was like, fuck this. I got on the phone. He got me the flight. I told my manager, I said, I'm out. I said, I have to take this opportunity. I'm going to be backstage. And Lyrical Lemonade, is huge. And like Summer Smash is huge. Like there's a lot of people that were going to be there. And I was going to be not in the crowd because I hate I've never been to a festival. This is my first festival because I hate being in crowds. So like, all right, I can be backstage.
The best first festival experience ever.
Right. Like my manager was like, I'm pissed. He's like, I ruined festivals for you. But I was like, bro, I never really was interested in like going to the festival grounds and being like sweaty and packed in with people like that, especially not right now. Like,
facts.
So like, it's just not the time to be doing that right now. But also like, just never found that interesting. But yeah, I flew out literally that night at 12 a.m. That same night that I didn't even go to work. Came home packed, left at like 12 a.m. and then freaking got there. First set I caught was I think it was SSG Kobe, and then it was freaking Young Pinch right after. And I'm just like literally backstage, like watching these guys go about their shit, go out there, perform, come back, be with their team, all that. Like I was never like very pushy about like meeting people, but like, hey, like if we made eye contact and I recognized you, like I was gonna say what's up, and that's how it was. Like I was just there to grow my relations. I'm not, because these guys are big artists. Like they're on a ballot of a big show, a big festival with a lot of people there, and it's like, you don't want to be that person behind the stage that looks like a fucking fan. It's like
fanboy,
yeah. It's like I'm not a fan, but like I make music, but it's like I'm at the late level where not a lot of people in there would know what I've done. You know what I mean? That's just how it is. It's just how the game works. So I was just really building my relationship. Met Pinch, was really cool. I have a bunch of pictures with a bunch of people, but I bet like Eric Doa, Dro Kenji was tight. Young Pinch, obviously. Young Pinch, actually, funny story. He like his phone died and he needed a portable charger, and I gave him my portable charger and I hung out with him for like 2 hours. And that was actually really cool.
Damn.
He was a really cool dude, really down to earth, as you probably expect from his music.
Yeah.
Like I think it was the first day. Cole Bennett was like later on in the day. I think it was Blueface's set after Coil Ray's because he was over there because those two are just hot commodities, and he was there for it. And saw him and like just was like, hey man, like dapped him up, brought him in for a hug, and I was like, dude, I just want to say thank you for your platform. Like I got put on your blog, like it's opened up a lot of opportunities. I said, like, without you doing this shit, I'm probably not here. And I just want to say thank you. And he was like, thank you so much, bro. It means a ton. And like we kind of just talked for a little bit, and then like obviously let him go back to doing his thing. Don't want to take too much time because like everyone there wants to talk to Cole Bennett. It's like I don't want to be that.
He's like the nicest guy ever too.
True, dude. Really cool. And then obviously he was with Summer Rae, and I met Summer Rae too. Got a picture with both of them. I'll see if I can show you. But I can send you.
Flick that up on IG.
Yeah, absolutely. I put them up in my story. I'll probably do like a photo dump here soon, something like that festival. It was crazy, man. I got to be behind stage for Gunna, Uzi, like I was, and like got to see Davey. Yeah, I got to meet a ton of people, like 3478, and I met him. I was like, I've been bumping his stuff lately too. I think 3478 is tight. But yeah, just like it was mind blowing just to see all these people and like meet everyone.
Yeah, for sure. So question, do you still have your job at the club, or did you get fired, or do you quit? Or
I still have my job at the club. They need workers because of COVID. So like there are people that are there right now, like they're pretty lenient. Like there's kids that haven't showed up for weeks, I guess. But like I don't like being that person. Like I'm still a pretty solid worker. Like I'll be there. I'm gonna be there this weekend. Okay, tomorrow.
Facts.
Like I'll be there. I'll be ready to work.
There's just some opportunities you can't pass up. That was
and they know I do music. So I like, and Missy, who's my boss, this lady, she's just really understanding. She's really good with like our generation of kids. Like she's very in touch with all that. So she understood and just let me go. And I was like, yeah, I'll take the points, whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah. So being backstage at Summer Smash, did that like, drive any inspiration from you to get back and start recording? Just because like you're there and that could be you the next year. You know what I mean? The next Summer Smash.
Bro, that shit definitely 100%
fired you up.
Yeah, it definitely fired me up to make something crazy. do it my way and just kind of like go about it and just be there next year. Like, absolutely. I was very motivated after that. Like, that was very eye-opening, but at the same time, like in my head the whole time, I'd be lying to say like, damn, I need to be here next year. Like the whole time I was there, like I need to be there, have my family, have my team there, and just like actually do a show, perform in front of kids. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter what time slot it is just to be on that ballot is insane. Like, to get in touch with these big Lyrical Lemonade guys would be an honor, and it'd be funny because they would remember me from the year before.
exactly. Did Pinch give you any advice when you guys were booling, or was it kind of just
It
shooting
was
the
kind of
shit?
just laid back. He was with his girl, so he was very like with his girl. So I didn't want to interrupt all of that. But he was cool. The holiday was cool. The holiday actually was just like, hey man, like just guard your energy, and I wish nothing but the best for you. And I was like, appreciate that, bro. Yeah, because the holiday was one person I met. But yeah, I mean, one of my other big inspirations was Six Dogs. So like that would have been so fire. But he obviously passed away. Like, rest in peace, Six Dogs. Like, I love Six Dogs, and that would have been so cool to meet him there because he definitely would have been at that festival. So that's kind of the one thing
Yeah,
I'm pressing about. I was just thinking about that because I listen to Six Dogs all the time. Like Six Dogs, I like any given day I can listen to Six Dogs. Like, I think he's so fire.
yeah, for sure, bro. Well, I feel like we could definitely talk about all these artists all day, but let's get back into, your music. What does your creative process look like when you're making music?
My like in terms of creative process, it's almost like whether it's like I write a hook, I was just kind of singing throughout like a day's worth, or like something that kind of caught my attention that I really need to get out. Like, I always have something I'm really thinking about heavily. And it's like, hey, how can I turn this into a verse? Like, that's how you think musically. Like, you'll live life, like you'll be fucking ordering food or something like that. You'll see something, or you'll see someone do something, and then you'll think of something. Like, that's how you are as like a creative. But one of like my favorite things if I'm sitting in the studio is just kind of have a chord progression, have someone. If I came up with something myself, but usually a lot of people around me are really good at guitar, so I let them handle their shit if they're with me. Chord progressions,
Yeah,
hit that. And if I get something from the chord progression, boom, go from there. Or if it's even like on a piano, like if it's a key, just kind of I always like center myself around doing a strong hook and then lay the verses between. But what a lot of my stuff that you'll probably hear is like a lot of my verses almost sound like hooks, but they're just slowed down to verse form. Like, I like to write hooks, and fill my songs with hooks, because if you make a hook, but you just say it in a verse, it's just like, damn, people are going to catch that more because the lyrics are stronger. That's what you want to
yeah,
do.
facts.
Your hooks are always your strongest content, and that's why they're your hook. So it's like, if you approach a verse like you would a hook, and not much of a sense melodically, but more of like, hey, like, how can I make this verse be something that
Like
someone would,
structurally.
yeah, be
Yeah,
something that someone would say, not just like sing slowly through the song, but like be like, hey, damn, like that person can tweet that, you know what I mean? Like, or that person can
yeah,
make that an IG post.
yeah, caption.
It's stuff like that, and that shit like actually does go a long way. Once I started to do that with my work, I started to kind of realize that my writing was getting stronger. And like, shout out to Adam Haig, who's like my producer, who's like really helped me grow. He's who I worked with out when I was at college. I didn't have a producer out there. Like, I was just kind of like doing shit in my room and having to really
Right.
learn it, get down and gritty. But it was I was getting better, but it wasn't like my best work. And he kind of just like swept me up and took me to like the next level of what I needed to do with my music. So yeah.
Yeah. So did you play any instruments growing up?
Dude, no, because I was so baseballed out. Like, my dad played at UNLV and then got drafted by the Cubs. So we were such a baseball family. Like,
Damn.
our family,
Yeah.
so like that was the goal. Like, it was baseball. Not that like my dad would shove it down our throat. Like, my dad was like, do what the fuck you want. Like, I don't care if you want to play fucking soccer, go play soccer. But my dad was like that. Like, baseball was such a big part of our family. So my dad essentially just like enrolled us in it, and we did it. And then like that was like our life. Like, it was like all I knew from like shit. Whenever I started T-ball until like the end of my college career, it just happened. But obviously I mixed in a little music towards the back, like 2 years really of my
Yeah.
baseball career, to kind of, because I really fell in love with it. But I mean, yeah, that's just kind of how we went about the whole baseball thing. It wasn't a bad thing, but like that's just been a big part of my life. For sure.
Yeah. Are you a big gum chewer?
I chew gum all the time. I'm actually surprised I'm not doing it right now. If it's fine.
So you're rocking with Orbit or Big League Chew?
But I'm playing, I like big league chew, but off the field I like
Yeah.
orbit because I like mitts. Like, if I'm shooting off the field, it's for like because I want to chew gum, but also because I want a fresh breath. But like when I'm on the field, it's like I'm not really worried about that. It's just I'm trying to blow bubbles.
Yeah, facts, bro. 100%. Oh, so what does your average day look like? From the moment you wake up to the moment you go to bed?
In terms of in terms of an off day with no damn work, because fuck work. Like, that's what I'm working
Yeah.
for, never having to work. So like an off day, usually I wake up. I'll go to the studio and track out some vocals. Usually, I'll go to this, like, after this, I'll probably go to the studio, track out some vocals. because I have so many like songs that are like done, written, structured. It's like, okay, Quinn, just lay the vocals down and let's get this thing mixed and mastered. And now we have another song in the vault. But I've just been
Mhm.
reaching my hand in so many different songs so far. And then basically I get there, do that. And then next I kind of have my some producers come through like a little later on in the day, around like 6:30ish. We go through and just kind of try to create some new material. And I usually always have my video guy with me, and we're always getting something like yesterday we did two episodes of Quinn's Day, which is like the live session thing I've been doing on Instagram. I'm just growing out.
Yeah. Can you elaborate a little bit about that, about Quinn's Day and what you're doing with that?
Okay, so obviously my name's Quinn and Wednesday. So it's like Quinn's Day is like every Wednesday is Quinn's Day. So it's like a live performance of some sort. So I'm giving you fresh content every week. Like I'm so bad at social media, but I'm good at this music thing. So it's like, how can I give you fresh content at least every week outside of just photos and like what I'm really promoting. So I basically told myself like every Monday, I have Mondays off. I'm going to go to the studio. I'm going to record two live sessions of 2 songs. And I'm probably just gonna be doing covers from here on out. Like I just love doing covers. So I'm just going to cover 2 songs. And then that's what we're going to release every Wednesday because and then the reason of the font of Quinn's Day, if you didn't notice, it's the Addams Family font. So I'm a huge Wednesday Addams fan. I think Wednesday Addams is like one of my favorite characters. Like I can't get the tattoos right now because I'm not going to do it until like I really don't need jobs. But I want to get
Yeah,
Edward Scissorhands on this hand, the one of the mugshot when he broke into the house, and I want to get Wednesday Addams' face portrait right here on both of my hands. But that's
that'd be
down the
tough.
road. That's down the road. But yeah, Wednesday Addams is like my favorite character because like those aesthetics and those movies are my favorite. So that's why Quinn's Day is in that font. If you ever seen it, and then just know that that's from Wednesday Addams' the fucking font. So that's just the live session we do every Wednesday and rock out that, and then everything else around it can be just content built towards releasing a song.
Yeah, and you said you're doing 2 covers every Wednesday.
Yeah,
What's your favorite cover that you've done?
probably Politics and Violence by Dominic Fike. That one we just did. But last night we did Attention by Joji. And then we did I'm Not Enough and I'm Sorry by Snow. And I think his name's Takoi.
All right, fire. Are those saved on your IG? Like,
Yes.
all right, cool. I'm gonna definitely check that out. That's fire.
Yeah. The 2 I just met, the Dominic Fike Politics and Violence one is on there. And then the last ones that I just did Stuck because it's releasing this week. And then these 2 I have that I just told you about, Attention by Joji. Those are like the next coming weeks. So
Fire, bro. Yeah, let's get into your single you're dropping tomorrow, Stuck. Let's
Dude,
let's hear about that, man.
yeah, Stuck. Basically, that song just kind of talks about a relationship kind of being, you ever been in a relationship where it's just like so stagnant and you're like don't know what to do, or like you really love this person, but like you're feeling that things are kind of getting distance and kind of things are coming back. So in the song itself, the hook will kind of explain, like flow you through that. And then the verses are almost like me kind of like coming at the person that I'm in the relationship with. And then if you realize at the end of the song, the whole song, like it'll just like kind of fade out. But the end of the song will basically be like the whole song going backwards. Like you're getting stuck back to the first part, but it goes really quickly. So it's like it's a cool experience. Like the song is very thought out, but it's like just kind of talking about how that person's been talking like about the relationship to others, but not you, which kind of coincides with the relationship being so stagnant and stuck. No pun intended. And basically, that's
Yeah.
kind of how that song came about. And I don't want to like the things about my songs, like there's so much going on in them. It's like hard to just like explain in words. It's like to listen to it, you'll understand it. But and if you follow the lyrics with it, it's very like it's very heavily auto-tuned, which is like old me because I used to do auto-tune stuff and I'm more like natural vocal now. But that's why I
Right.
said like, I don't give a shit like what pocket A&Rs want me in. I don't care what I don't give a shit like what genre they want me in. Like the genre era is over. Like it's over. Like
Yeah.
a lot of these artists coming out, like Halsey was so pop, but then Halsey can be so alternative and rock at the same time. Like it's just like just let people do what the hell they want to do. And like I think labels struggle on letting people do that from the jump. And it's like if I'm gonna go with someone, they're gonna go with it because I went the route that I wanted to go, because by the time they pick me up, it's not like I'm bullshitting and just doing what others are telling me to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're rocking with you genuinely as Quinn Ayers and not
Yeah,
just like one song they found and they want to keep doing that.
right. Absolutely.
Is there any like set inspiration behind Stuck, or is it like without getting too personal?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just more out there for people that it's almost like it's not even like everyone thinks like every song I write is about like female and a girl. I have a relationship. It's really like can all be like ran back to like just any relationship you have with someone. Like if you feel stuck in life, like or if you feel like you have fake friends is another big inspiration behind what I do is like just kind of talking about like because that shit gets to you like people that you think are with you they might not be like life's weird like reassurance is like key in life like as much as we don't like to talk about like we're confident like I'm a confident human being but when I'm with someone that I truly care about reassurance is always valued so yeah I mean I think the real people that I feel like they're either stuck in life or have a relationship where it's kind of traumatized them to the point where they feel stuck in the relationship as well as their own lives. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Well, when everyone's watching this interview, Stuck will be dropped because I guess it drops tonight, right?
Yeah, it drops tonight at 10 p.m. So yeah.
All right, bro. Super excited for that. And getting into, how long you been making music for, by the way? Like seriously?
Seriously, like a year. Seriously, like a year and a half. Yeah.
Okay. So, what advice would you have for other artists that are, getting into music?
Dude, be genuine, be yourself. Don't lie to yourself because that shit will bite you in the ass. Like if you're not true to yourself and true to what you're doing, it's gonna bite you in the ass because if you're not true to yourself, you're not gonna be true to what you're putting out. So if you're put out what you're 100% confident and stand by and ride with it, because the longevity of you standing behind something and riding with it makes the fan base kind of know that everything that you put out is like with intent and has a focus and as well as take time with your singles. Like make cover art that connects to a music video. Make shit special. Make a release special. I feel like a lot of people just throw their cover art up and like say, hey, like listen to this song, but like you're not Frank Ocean, dude. Like no one's Frank Ocean. Like those people that do that are only because like I've lacked. I'm mad at myself. Like I lacked on promoting Stuck, but like I did it with Quinn's Day in a sense, but it's like I did it on a Wednesday and it releases Friday, so it's not originally like I usually like to like start promoting a week. Like this whole week should have been all Stuck material, but I went out of town and then my videographer went out of town, and it was just like really hard for us to like get the content we needed. But like tonight, I'm gonna like I don't expect a ton of feedback from Stuck at first, but I'm gonna promote it a week after, like I would have done from the pre-sale week. You know?
Yeah, to push
Yeah,
it.
that's my real advice. Just stop doing what other people are doing, which is post. Like if you just post a cover art and say, "Hey, listen to my song," that shit better be really good because no one's gonna listen to that shit. Like
Yeah.
be unique, be creative. Like don't go type Juice World beats. Like get your friends together and make a fucking beat and make your beat.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the shit I make, like you can, if I just play a lot of my beats naked instrumentals, you don't really hear a lot of people on them. Like and that's why I like my shit. Like, I truly believe in my shit. Like in the beginning of my career, I did type beats, but like I have like 2 songs I think with type beats. But that's just how everyone starts. It's just like you're just in your room and you don't really know how to do the production process. Like
Yeah.
it happens, but like yeah, evolve really.
For sure, bro. And what advice would you give yourself a year ago from today?
Literally what I was saying. Just take your art serious, be patient with it, build a brand, build a concept, and build a release to like make everyone like be like, okay, I know what he's doing. Like now that you see my shit, you have my QA logo and you have my thank you. Like those two coincide with each other. Like, and that's like in everything I do. It's on my like I don't have parental advisory on any of my covers. Like you can check it. It's just my thank you logo. Like because like it's like a punny thing with Q, the beginning initial of my name, was saying thank you to you, but also saying thank you to myself because it is a piece of me too. Like, so that's where thank you is. Like, it's like thank you from me, but also thank me because I'm happy. Like I'm thanking myself because this is like my journal, but I'm giving it to you. And like people cope with that shit. And like it surprises me because I don't fucking think I'm that cool, but it's people really connect with it. So it's like that's really what I wish I would have started doing that earlier because if like I would have that shit earlier, like it would be way more embedded into my listeners and fans' minds already.
Right. Yeah, that's fire. And it seems like from this conversation that you've got a lot of momentum and a ton of things going on. So
Yeah.
the last question I have to ask you is, what does your next 2 to 3 years look like? Or, where do you want to be in 3 years?
I want to be in 3 years. I want to be one at Summer Smash a couple of times.
Right.
Rolling Loud, Lollapalooza. I want to hit every festival. I want to hit a tour. I want to sell merch. I want to make shit lucrative. I want to take care of my family. I want to drop probably 3 to 4 EPs. And then like, if I really hit it hard with a label, I'll come together and make an album, like actually make an album. I have this concept that's been running through my head, and it would be Varsity Junior, and it would be like a whole school concept of like basically making fun of the idea junior varsity. Obviously, like I know that's a group already, but like Varsity Junior would just basically like, I'm still like evolving, but I'm in the big leagues now. Like that's like what like it's like, and I kind of like roll it out like a yearbook, and like, cause my parents are school teachers, so I have access to like school buses and a bunch of shit. So it's like I was just trying to use my resources, what I can actually use right now. But yeah, Varsity Junior, you might be hearing that down the road. No promises, but it's definitely just a concept that I've been really brewing.
Yeah, you think you'd be suited up in like a baseball uniform for like a music video?
Yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. And then we can make like baseball uniforms, drop like PE and PE shorts for like the first drop. And then like hopefully by like Varsity Junior, like it'd be like Varsity Junior, like Super Senior would be like the final like EP concept of it. Like the first one would be obviously freshman, but like Super Senior would be cool. We could drop like Lettermans. Hopefully we're lucrative like that. And I have fans that would buy like $100 Letterman that would have Varsity Junior on it.
Tough merch.
Right. So yeah, that's definitely an idea I've thought about. But yeah, that's the goal. Like get there, but I still got a lot to do. I got a lot to make, put out, just make cool shit and help people connect with it, man. That's just really
for sure, bro. It seems like you're on the right track, and you got all the right things going on. So hopefully you look back on this interview in 2-3 years and everything that you just said, hopefully at least some of them are checked off, not all of them. That'd be pretty sick. So yeah, guys, Stuck releasing tomorrow. If you're watching this, it's out right now, streaming on all platforms. So definitely check it out. You can follow Quinn Ayers on Instagram at Quinn Ayers. Be sure to tune in for his Quinns Days on Wednesdays and see some content from him. Anything you want to plug in, bro?
Nah, you guys covered it, man. I appreciate you for having me, and I appreciate everyone for watching this.
Yeah, absolutely, man. All right, we'll talk soon.
Much love, man. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Peace.
So what is this feeling?